Every day a man received a miracle, and yet he managed to destroy it with his own 2 hands. There is something strange about wealth. When it arrives slowly, it feels like a blessing. When it arrives too fast, it becomes a trap. And the man in this story managed to turn a blessing into his own undoing. Pay close attention. His name was Aaron. And Aaron was a kind of man who seemed forgotten by destiny. While his neighbors harvested sweet potatoes, tomatoes, and corn, Aaron harvested bitterness. He couldn't understand how those people could smile with so little. He didn't understand how anyone could be happy with hands stained by soil and a plate nearly empty. To him, life was a debt no one had asked to pay, and the only thing he owned, besides his complaints, was an old hen, inherited from his father. Aaron thought the hen was ugly, noisy, nearly useless, and yet she laid an egg every single day, just one. Aaron would eat the egg, complain about his life, and the next day would be exactly the same as the one before. Until one morning, something changed. Before the sun rose, he went to the coop as usual. He found the egg in the nest, but when he picked it up, something was wrong. Too heavy for an egg, too cold for an egg, too bright for an egg. Aaron stood still in the darkness of the coop for a long time, his heart racing, because in his hands, gleaming as if it had swallowed the moon itself, was an egg of solid gold. He ran to the city. He traded the egg for food, for fine fabrics, for things he had never been able to touch before. He returned home with his arms full and his chest held high, and the next morning there was another, just like the first. 1 egg a day, 30 a month, 365 a year. Aaron did the math, and he realized the life he always wanted was right there. Slowly, but it was there. He began to sleep in the coop, not out of fear of thieves, but because he didn't want to miss a single second of that miracle. He spent his days counting the eggs he accumulated, stacking them with care, recounting them, sometimes twice, as if he were afraid one of them might simply vanish. On some nights, he would wake up in the dark just to make sure the golden glow was still there. And for a while, he was almost happy. But something usually appears when prosperity arrives. A tiny voice, silent, patient. The one that whispers, "It is not enough." That was the voice that began to speak to Aaron. 1 egg a day. It now seemed like too little. It seemed too slow. And then a thought entered his mind like a spark on dry straw. If she lays a golden egg every day, how much gold must be hidden inside her? Aaron didn't sleep that night. He sat in the straw, watching the hens sleep, imagining a mountain of gold hidden within that small body, an entire fortune waiting for him. Why wait for 1 egg a day if it could all be his in a single night? In the darkest dawn of that week, Aaron made a decision, not out of malice, not out of hate, but because greed has a cruel gift. It makes the absurd seem logical, and Aaron believed, with a terrifying certainty, that he was about to find everything he ever wanted, all at once, forever. When the sun rose that morning, the coop was silent, and Aaron was kneeling on the ground, with empty hands, with his eyes fixed on nothing, because there was no hidden treasure, no mountain of gold, no shortcut. There was only what exists inside any living thing, flesh, and the silence of a miracle that would never return. Aaron lived many years after that night, but those who knew him said that something in him had flickered out. It wasn't poverty. Poverty, he already knew. What vanished was hope, because there is a massive difference between having nothing and having had everything, only to destroy it with your own hands. A miracle rarely arrives all at once. Almost always it appears piece by piece, and it only remains in the hands of those who have the patience to wait. This story was kept hidden for a long time. Now it is yours. If you wish to hear the next one, you know where to find me.